or we need to go to? How are y'all doing? Good? Awesome. Good morning. Just come in. Get to see that in one of the spots. We're down. Alright, so as soon as you all find a spot. Hi guys, I'm Jackie.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Ashlyn. And I am Courtney. And we are here today to tell y'all a little bit about the environment with the help of some of our friends. So, what is this on the floor? Trash, right? Do you think you'd want to eat that? No, nobody likes trash. What's some of your favorite snacks? Anybody have favorite pretzels? You like pretzels? Pretzels are good. I love a salty snack. Those are good too. Popcorn, yum. What about fruit? Does anybody like fruit or vegetables? Yes. Apples, yum. Those are really good. Strawberries are super yummy. We have a friend here today with us that also really likes fruit and vegetables. And that's what she eats a lot out in the wild. And her name is Mitzi, and Ashlyn is going to be getting her out. So a fun fact about Mitzi is she was actually taken from the wild, which is not a good thing to do. And she got into some things like all this trash that she wasn't supposed to eat. And we had to get that removed from poor Miss Mitzi. So if you look on the bottom of her shell, you can see a cool little picture frame. And that's where they went in to get the stuff out of Mitzi. And Ashlyn has all of the icky stuff that they took out of her, which wound up being trash that she got into. That's not fruit and veggies, is it? No. None that I'd want to eat, at least.
Okay, so just as Courtney talked about things like animals being taken from the wild, we should do some research in school when we get some pets. One of the main things we should research is their habitat, which you'll find if you research animals in the wild, their habitat is not in your home, it is out in the wild. Can anybody tell me what a habitat is made of? Can anybody take a guess? What one thing a habitat is made of?
A place to sleep.
A place to sleep. So, shelter.
Food.
Anybody else? Water, and the last one is space. So all these four components are what make up a habitat. So we need to try to keep the habitat of all of our animals clean, so just what we said. We don't need to leave trash out. And we have our little stuffed animal friend here, who is a sea turtle. Okay, when we litter, things get in the sea turtle's habitat, which is the body of water. So can wrappers such as these can be like, they can see if it's shiny, it looks like a fish, or they can get their head caught in it, such as this turtle did. Fishing line can get tangled up, and like, if this got too tight on his leg, it could possibly amputate his leg, and he's stuck in it, and if he ate it, it would be like, things get caught up just like Mitzi did. So we have a little game, and I'm going to number you off 1 through 4, and then come up and get in a circle at the front of the room. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So remember your number, and then everybody just comes get in a little circle.
Do we have to stand up here? Or?
Yes, stand up in front of it. And then everybody turn your right shoulder to the right.
Right. So like,
Right shoulder. Put your left shoulder in the circle. There you go. And everybody get really tight together. Like everybody's shoulders touch. Okay, so we had this really bad oil spill, and it like took out one of the oceans. So like there's a limited water supply. So if you're a water, then these are your numbers. So if you're 1, your shelter, 2, your food, 3, your water, 4, your space. So 2 waters can step out the circle. Okay, now everybody get real tight. Okay, now a forest fire came, and you are an animal that lives in the woods. So all your shelter is gone. So 2 shelters step out. Or 3. Okay. So you see that whenever parts of our habitat is ruined or damaged, then it's hard to keep it together. Like if y'all were all squatting on each other and we kept taking y'all out, then y'all would just all fall down. So if we don't have these 4 components of a habitat, how can we keep it together and keep it all working good? Okay, y'all can have a seat now. So we have a friend Sully here, who is a red-eared slaughter, and his natural habitat is still water and pond. So just like Mitzi's natural habitat is forest or like anywhere Here's our friend Sylvie, and he has long nails, and he can wave at you, but he's not going to do that today. And he actually attracts his mates with his nails. So if you want a 2-finger touch, Sylvie. Yeah, usually he'll say hi like that, but I'm going to do that for sure. Okay, so as a review, who can name some negative impacts that trash and waste have on the environment or an animal's habitat? Is it bad for it? Is it good for it? What should we do? We should not litter. We should try to keep the environment safe, right?
Okay, so not only is it important that we're aware of these behaviors, one of the most important things that we need to do is actually put them into action. So one of the most important things that we can remember to do to help take care of the environment is number one is to reduce. How many of your parents drink coffee in the morning? All right, I don't know about you, but I love coffee. I can't go a day without it, and oftentimes I'll have 2 or 3 cups every single day. Think of how many styrofoam cups I would go through if I stopped by a gas station or a store and got a cup of coffee every day. One important thing that we can do is to buy a reusable cup. That way that we eliminate waste that could potentially be in the environment and harm the animals. Number 2 that we can do is to reuse. There are lots of things that could eventually become litter or waste that we can actually reuse to help turn back around and help the environment. And just pay attention to that because we're actually going to be doing an activity at the end of our lesson that you can use to reuse certain items. And finally, the last thing that we can do is to recycle. When we recycle items, then we are returning them back to a manufacturer or a company where they melt them down and they turn them back into products, and that way we're not wasting as much. So, does anyone in here have a birthday this month, in November? No? Okay, how about December? All right, can I get both of y'all to come up here, please? Cheers. All right, so it's one thing to hear about recycling and how to help the environment, but it's a second thing to actually put it into action, because if you see people putting it into action, you're more likely to do it. So I know our screen covered up our sign, but here we are on a roadway. A lot of times, turtles will move from one habitat to another for food supply or for shelter. But one of the main places that we see them when they're not in their environment is when they're trying to cross the road. And what do we often see? And it's a really sad sight, but we often see it on both sides of the road in the ditches.
You do see dead animals, yes.
Yes,
What
we
else?
do see. We see a lot of dead animals, but we see trash. So, you two are going to be our road workers, our good Samaritans, and you see all this trash on the roadway. So, what do you think that you should do with it?
Stop and pick it up.
That is right. So, go ahead. All right. Give each other a fist bump and you can return to your seat. All right. So something as easy as that, as recycling, has a tremendous impact on our environment. And since we practice these good behaviors, Ashlyn is actually fixing to show you a video to show you what can happen if we don't do that.
Brandon, I can't really see what the video is showing. Can you explain some of that for me? I can't really, my contacts are going blurry.
Oh yeah, of course. So a lot of the sites that we're seeing here in this video is trash or waste that has found its way into our water sources and water supplies. Something could get washed away in the ditch on the side of the road and travel all the way down the creek. Creeks feed into rivers, and rivers feed into the ocean where a lot of our sea turtles live. And we see a lot of the trash and debris that they either eat it, mistaking it for jellyfish, and it clogs up their digestive tract, or they could get it wrapped around their necks or their extremities on their bodies, and neither of that is good. Just like this this stuffed animal that we have right here. Nobody wants this to happen, does it? So it's always important to recycle. So just remember that and take that with you.
Alrighty, so a few things that we can do to recycle. Anybody have any ideas? What can you do to recycle some of the things that we throw away on the roadway?
Make art.
Make art, okay. What are some, anybody else get, I need one more idea. Anybody else have another idea what you can do to recycle?
Put them in a separate bin.
Okay, yeah, great idea. So, like you said, make art or put them in a separate bin. Today, we are going to recycle some bottles that we drank, and we're gonna make bird feeders. So, we're gonna pass out some supplies. And while we pass out some supplies, each group is gonna make a bird feeder, and if y'all could, just leave the supplies at your table until we finish passing out all of the supplies. So, who can benefit from a bird feeder?
Birds.
Birds, right? Because why? Because birds need food. And we're feeding them, exactly. So just as we're recycling to help keep the plastic out of the environment in the bad ways, such as turtles getting caught up in the plastic wrappers or the fishing line getting caught on turtles' legs, we're going to be using this plastic to help the environment by making a bird feeder to where the environment can benefit from the plastic bottles. So what we're going to do is we are going to decorate our bottles, and we're not going to eat the bird feed because we're not birds, but we're going to decorate the plastic bottles however way we want it. Now we have several markers around, and if you want to, take a couple of minutes with you and your group, and y'all decorate it. Maybe y'all can give it a team name, or y'all can just put a lot of design on it. We're going to give you about 3 minutes to decorate the bottle before we go to the next spot.
Are y'all trying to look good in terms of not eating all the bird feeds and your bird feeds? Is anybody else going to draw on it?
We're decorating animals that also might benefit from the bird feeder.
That'd be sweet. Oh, it's pretty good drawing.
Yeah, wow.
Hey guys, this is our little friend, Baby Chick, and he's here to help remind us why we're making the water bottles. Can y'all tell me some reasons why we'd be making bird feeder water bottles? To feed birds, yes. But why apple water bottles? To reduce trash. Very good.
So we're
Nice job. Does anybody want to try?
This is a prototype.
It is a working process.
It's all
He'll have a real one that day. The kids will be so disappointed. No, it'll be a real one at ESP. I just thought I'd drop that in there.
Okay, are y'all almost done decorating so we can put the bird feed in?
You don't want to be moving around your bottle where your bird's not going to fall.
I'm not quite sure.
One is a really little bird.
And they'll take some time doing that, so you can, the kids will.
They're gonna like reach in. I think actually it's more like
Bird, come here.
y'all should get like chocolate chips.
Who wants to tie the string on there?
We're not birds.
We're the birds.
We're
we are not birds.
They'll be able to read it, surely.
Yeah, bird can eat.
I'm not gonna be able to eat all of that.
Okay, so are y'all ready with the birds? That's a good question.
Recycle it.
Do we need Brandon? Do we need
Let's
a
just
ball?
dissect all
Yeah,
of it.
like what?
Well, like, I thought you were saying like use them for yourself every day, like for water bottles and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know around my house, I will wear water bottles. Refill the water bottle.
Sure, bird
I
feeder.
put the
I do that too. Aquarium, we did that in like the third grade or something. We had like an aquarium with a 2-liter bottle.
It will be A-OK, I promise.
That's how we get through a wrong group. All right, there we go.
Okay, we need to make sure we cover that whole zone. I can cover the hole. Okay, cover that hole.
Yeah, tilt it this way too.
Is it competitive for the bird feeder?
I'll catch you
Maybe
in the
make
balls.
it bigger? Very good.
Earthquake!
Stop. You are the bad kid. For real. Put your lid back on it. What's your lid drop? There you go. How cute.
It's cuter than it is effective, I think.
It's usually stand there and guard it.
There's also. Oh, what is that? Should we take this home? I don't know. Do you want it? No. I mean, it's for y'all if you want it. I'm just asking to spill the baggie and put the bird seed back in. Instead of carrying around where it could possibly spill out. Yeah, let's put it back
I'll take the bird seed.
I think I'm gonna give her a
And now we're gonna take our plastic baggies and put them in the recycle bin.
Guess Hunter's pretty hungry today. Trail mix, right?
See, I am.
All the same stuff. There are worse things in this.
I'm gonna mix it with like peanuts and chocolate chips.
Now, alright, so is everybody's bird feeder filled? Not quite? Alright.
Well, we have a special task for you. We want you to go home and hang up your bird feeders and snap a pic with the help of your parents and send it to us. We want to see what y'all are doing with these because we think it's awesome that you're recycling. So, can anybody remind me once again why we're recycling?
To help the environment.
Yes, we want to help out the environment. Very good. What else is in the environment that we want to help out through recycling?
Turtles.
Animals, turtles. Very good. We want to make sure that we are taking care of our friends. So we hope y'all had a lot of fun today. And keep on decorating those bird feeders.
Good. All right, well, let's give him a round of applause. Excellent. Very, very good. Excellent.